You're on the record in cause number 328-464, the state of Texas versus Spencer Joseph Broussard. Mr. Broussard, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Broussard, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Broussard, you may put your hand down. How are you doing today, Mr. Broussard?
Doing good. How you doing, Judge?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Broussard, the information alleges that on or about November 30th of 2020, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of unlawfully carrying a weapon. Mr. Broussard, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Mr. Broussard, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
Now, you're pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
Pleading guilty because you're guilty. Exhibit number 1. On page 2 of this document, Mr. Broussard, looks like there's an initial on the line that says guilty. It looks like a B. Is that your initial?
SB, yes, sir.
Okay, I don't see the S on there. Let me see. Yeah, I don't see the S on the document. Okay, we'll come back to that.
Okay.
On page 3 of this document, Mr. Broussard, there's a signature that purports to be yours, and is that your signature on page 3?
Yes, sir.
And on the next document, which is the trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, there's a signature on the bottom of this document, that says defendant. Is that your signature? Mr. Broussard, is that your signature on the trial court certification, defendant's right of appeal?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now there are 2 boxes that's checked on this document. The first box states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And the second box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, there should be a document out there. Did you sign a document out there that is titled the discovery certification?
Yes, sir.
And now, Mr. Peppo,
Yes, sir.
we have to, on the, state, plea admonishment on the template,
You break it up, Judge. I can understand you.
okay, on the misdemeanor, plea admonishment on page 2, where it says guilty, only one of his initials came out. It just has B. He said he had initialed SB. Could you look at that, please?
Yeah. Full initial, full, well, this is, yes, first and last name, please. Just your first initial, last initial. All right, that's done, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, Mr. Broussard, on page 2 of State's Exhibit number 1, on the line that says guilty, are those your initials?
Yes.
Now, prior to signing and initialing the documents on the tablet and the document on paper, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1. State, you like to admit State's Exhibit number 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Bynum, you have any objections?
No objection.
Okay, no objection. State's Exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Bynum, you have advised and counseled Mr. Broussard. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Broussard, your attorney, Mr. Bynum, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Broussard, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea of guilty and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do you have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, it's for 30 days.
Yeah, but I need to see his court costs. Okay, Mr. Broussard, the state is offering that you serve 30 days in the Jefferson County Jail. Now, Mr. Broussard, you will also be required to pay court costs of $327. Would you be able to pay that?
Before I got out,
Would you be able to pay that?
I mean, I couldn't before I got out. No, sir.
Okay, now, Mr. Broussard, do you, are you employed? Do you
Yes,
have a
sir. I'm self-employed.
Okay, and now, how much do you make a month?
About $500 since the pandemic.
Okay, okay. Now, do you have a spouse? Are you married, single, or divorced, or separated?
No, man. No, sir. I'm divorced.
Divorced, okay. Now, do you receive any child support?
No, sir. My kids are grown.
Okay, are you receiving any SNAP, which is food stamps?
No, sir.
What about Social Security?
No, sir.
Are you receiving any government checks?
No, sir. But I was gonna start collecting unemployment whenever I got out.
Okay, but you're not collecting unemployment now, is that correct?
No, sir.
Do you have any other form of income?
No, sir.
And do you live in public housing?
No, sir. At my mother's.
Okay, do you receive Medicaid?
No, sir.
Okay, and you don't receive TANF, is that correct?
Yes, sir. No, sir. I don't.
Now, do you have, what is your expenses? Do you have to pay rent?
I'm supposed to whenever I'm making it.
And how would that be?
$100 a week.
So about 400 a month, something like that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you have to pay utility bills?
That's included.
Okay. And do you have to pay no, you don't, you say your children are grown, you're not paying child support, right?
Yes, sir. No, sir. They're grown.
Okay, do you, what is your food expenses a month?
About 500 a month.
Okay, and you have to pay transportation costs?
No, sir.
Okay, and you have to pay a cell phone bill?
Yes, sir.
What is that per month?
Usually, I think $50 a month.
Okay, and are you on probation or anything?
No, sir.
And do you have any medical expenses?
No, sir.
Do you have to pay, do you have any credit card payments that you make per month?
No, sir.
Okay, Mr. Broussard, the court is going to find that you are indigent and court costs of $327 will be waived.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, now, Mr. Broussard,
Yes, sir.
Do you understand the state's offer and do you understand the state's offer? Do you understand the state's offer? Well, it's on mute.
Can you hear him?
Well, you got to take him off mute. Mr. Broussard, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
And do you think that the state's offer is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
Um, Do you think that do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Broussard, I will follow the plea bargain agreement that you've entered into with the state. Mr. Broussard, I have a good day and please follow the bailiff.
Thanks, sir.